What it do, what it do, what it do. So, I'm on my break. I ain't got no tattoos right now. Until like later. I know a lot of people, they say you need to start using live again. I don't really speak much no more on social media. So, I'm trying my best to get back to showing people who I am outside of tattoo. So, I'm a very eclectic brother, at least some people would say. So I'm here at the coffee shop, a place called Z-Bean. This is one of my favorite places to go to over here in the downtown area in Macon. I'd be chilling, like, what's the vibe in here? Like, look at this real quick. At least you see the wall. Got the little wood tables. Do this. So yeah, it's a vibe. It's low key. I ain't gotta be around the chaos and the drama. I don't really like drama. I don't really care for it. But I usually come here to get some study in there. So outside of tattooing, I'm working on my YouTube channel right now. And I understand that I gotta take the time to separate myself. So I'm back on my reading shit. Back on my journaling because I know the process to building that channel is going to be very strenuous and it's going to require a whole lot from me spiritually. The last time I was very vocal on social media, a lot of people tuned in, but a lot of people came at me real nasty, and I couldn't handle it. So, at this moment, I'm trying to develop those muscles because one of my biggest goals that I have for myself at the moment is, since my daughter is not in the same city as me, I'm going to find a way to pour into her without me having to be there. So she likes to see me. She be like, "Daddy, I seen you on TV. I seen your YouTube channel." I be like, "Oh, yeah. Once she said that, I was like, there we go. Now I get to pour into her from a distance. Like, I'm actually going to take this video and post it on there too. Because I feel like I've already established in my brain a long time ago that I'm going to be one of those individuals traveling the world, getting information, studying, doing business deals in different cities, different parts of the world. I've already, in my brain, it's like it was already there. So, with that in mind, for the time that I might not be there physically, I can create something that's going to last forever. So, here we go. So, baby girl, this one's for you. I come to the coffee shop to go ahead and get study in. And I think, right now, the world is in so much chaos. Everybody's so attached to their phones. They're not really tapped into anything that's actually essential to them. So, since I've been in this small town, well, what I think is a small town, it's a little slower. I can think more clearly. I can handle whatever I need to handle. I can pour back into myself. As a man that's striving for a thriving situation, coming out of survival's remorse, survival's guilt, all those things, the survival environment, it is very, 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 very important that you pour into yourself. You have to use your mind. You got to use your thoughts. You have to use your imagination. You have to use this thing that's it's in between your two ears that you hear from. And you have to make sure that you're constantly thinking good thoughts, because the world will program you into thinking, moving, speaking like them at all times. The world's always going to be in chaos. There's no such thing as a world where everything is just going to be a utopia and everything's smooth sailing. It may seem like it, but whenever it seems like it's very easy, evil is always plotting and planning during those time frames. So you have to learn how to create that steady pace for yourself. You can't sit back and wait for something to end up really, really bad to start acting on what you need to go ahead and act on to change your life, or to keep maintaining your life. You have to constantly pour. Find that little time. So right now, I don't have any tattoos at the moment. I'm right across the street. I don't really like sitting in the tattoo shop not doing anything. I hate it. So I come here to read, study, things of that nature. So today, I'm pretty much rereading this book called Think and Grow Rich. I've read this book 13 times. Well, 12 times. This is the 13th time. And I think this will be the best foundational book next to the Bible or the Quran. Because this book tells you and teaches you principle and practical use of all the spiritual laws that are found in all the holy books. Any scripture that's out there that is teaching you how to be, to create family, or maintaining family, or choosing a higher mind over everything. This book teaches you the beginning of all the practical laws. So, if you're a person like me, super duper ambitious, and haven't had anybody to pour into you, to show you step by step on how to move and obtain any and all things that you want, because it's not just about money. This book will definitely program you, brainwash the bullshit out of your mind so that you can have a clear focus. And once you have a clear focus and direction, your subconscious mind is just literally going to be focused on all things good and push out the negative. Naturally, it just does that. So if you ever get in a space where you are going through a bunch of BS, negativity, or things just don't look like it's going your way, it don't even have to be this book. It could be any book, any self-help book, any text that's like, hey, get right. Because our mind typically goes where our thoughts go. Our life typically moves in the direction of where our thoughts go. So you have to always keep in mind what's going on. So if you notice that, like for instance, if you're on any type of social media, right, you can literally go through your Explore page and that will literally tell you what's on your mind, because that's what it's for. All these data services, all the social media accounts and all that, what they end up doing is they say, hey, you know what, we're going to collect all this data so we can go ahead and sell it to the highest bidders. The highest bidders being these huge companies or these up-and-coming companies that want your attention and your money. So wherever your attention flows, that's where the money goes. Now, if you start pouring into or looking for things on social media that will literally benefit you in the long run, all those things will show up on your feed. So if one moment, for instance, I don't know how this happened on my page, but at one time it just switched to booty cheeks. And I'm not a lustful dude like that. Like, no. So when I recognized that, I was like, yo, when did it switch to this? Because I was looking at basketball stuff. I was looking at trading. I was looking at tattoos, health, workout videos. That's how I was looking at it. But one day it just shifted. And then when I recognized it, I was like, dang, like, all right, well, what could have took it back there? So when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's because I've been following a lot of the workout girlies. Because on the other side is that I'm like, I'm only looking at the things that I want in my life. I want a woman in my life that works out, takes care of her health, that's into the Bible, things of that nature. So whenever you're looking into, let's say you're looking at workout stuff, right? You're gonna go ahead and find a bunch of different people that like workout stuff, right? And your algorithm is gonna put you on that whole bucket list of that whole bucket of people that work out, right? And then you have to literally go in there and separate it, right? So what I've been doing recently is separating and unfollowing all the people that work out that want to twerk in a video. I don't got time for the twerking. I want to be educated. Show me how to, like, what you doing for your leg day. Damn, I ain't never think about doing sumo squat thing. I ain't never think about doing split squats. I ain't never think about just, hey, we're doing dumbbells, lunges and stuff like that, because it's a little more effective. It's going to give you that balance that you want in your muscles. So, if you're trying to train athletically, you got to move like this. I'm not one of those individuals that be like, oh, because this person's a particular gender or whatever, I can't learn from them. I think that's weak people shit. You can learn from any and all things, even an ant, the trees, the birds, and the sky. That's why they got Animal Planet. You get me? Can't be arrogant in your approach when it comes down to stuff. So when I recognized that, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and delete, unfollow. Click the button at the top, uninterested, because we don't want to see that. For what we trying to go for in life, we want the wins. We not losers. We do winner shit. Even if you take an L or whatever, we gotta figure out how to come back on top, build a foundation on top of that so we never fall again, or make it easier so that we can get back on point and then get back to winning faster. You gotta have your own safety net in life. Most people have safety nets that they don't even realize that they have. Like, for instance, I was so prideful at one point after I lost everything, that I didn't realize, like, damn, my old boy actually got my back for real. This is why I'm in Macon now. This is why I'm in Georgia right now. And the weird thing about it, spiritually, maybe about 7 years ago, I told myself if I ever move back to Georgia, because our family, we all from Florida, we never thought about moving to Georgia. I was the first one to come up. Well, no, I was the second one to come up, move up here. When I stayed in Atlanta, 2015, 16, I was like, damn, if I ever, like, I really liked it here. So if I ever move back, I'm going to stay like an hour or two outside of the city. That way I can have that silence, and then I can come back and go do business in Atlanta. So, lo and behold, maybe about 7 years later, 10 years later, I'm back in Georgia, an hour or two outside of Atlanta. Crazy. Didn't think my dad would have moved to Georgia because he was so against it. But 2 years ago, he moved up here just randomly, ain't tell nobody, and then started hitting everybody up. Hey, I'm I'm here. Da, 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 da. And it was just like, it was perfect timing. Everything was kind of already set up here, because we're a family-owned business. We're a family-owned tattoo business, and since I've been doing tattoos for a minute, it was just like, dang, like I got better at everything, and then I'm back working for my father. That's crazy. I kind of needed it. I needed that family structure because, it's one thing to be out here in the world and you're not recognizing that your energy has shifted because you've been in the world for so long that you end up back in the energy that you needed the first time, that you needed to stay in the first time. So I'm not sure, but somewhere in the Bible it talks about how the people strayed away from God, and then they ended up coming back. They needed to go out there into the wilderness and go figure out life and all their mistakes and get beat up by the world to then appreciate, what they had in the first place. And since I've been up here, I've been really recognizing all the things that I really appreciate about my family. And trying to figure out, with all the information I learned over the years, what can I go ahead and pour into my family after that? Or what can I add to build the family up so, we stay strong forever? So as I'm up here and I'm doing a lot of self-diagnosing and inventory on my reality, my life, and the things that I've accomplished, to put myself back in a mental place of like, all right, bro, like you worked hard, you did what you had to do, you was building for real, it wasn't no fugazi, nothing fake. It's like, all right, cool. So since we here and we building and we build that foundation, I'm trying to put this microphone on. Since we're here, we add into the structure what's necessary, I can at least be confident knowing like, all right, this time around, ain't no more falling back. Ain't no more falling back. We know where to put the money, how to hide the money legally. We know what to do if the family is mentally out of it, checked out. We know what to do health-wise if we need to go ahead and go take herbs and things of that nature to go ahead and heal people. The emotional help. Hey, if a person really need to take a walk and things of that nature, like what can we help them or pour into them so that when they do go take a walk, they not just out there looking crazy. We just gonna go for a walk. Like that's that time that you take with God to go get your mind back right, and then you can come back and be present at all times. So, like I said, this video ain't really just for me to be on live. This is a video for my daughter. Since I'm so far away, this is me pouring back into her. So, I think that's the end of my little TED talk. I want to say I love you. I want to say Daddy is so proud of you. I want to say I'm looking forward to seeing what you become in the next few years. You are already great. You are already intelligent, smart, loving, kind. You need to keep your manners in check. And I'll be back home soon. Love you, baby.